Car Con Carne is sponsored by Sopel Solar, S-O-P-E-L, solar.com. The Sopel in Sopel Solar is for Brent Sopel, former Chicago Blackhawk, NHL player, hockey great. Brent Sopel is going to be your guy who's going to help you achieve cost certainty and get solar on your home. Start saving money the second those panels are up. Nothing out of pocket. It costs nothing for the consultation. SopelSolar.com. Tell them I sent you. Tell them Car Con Carne sent you.
It's Car Con Carne. Let's eat in the car. It's Car Con Carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Alstyne.
Car Con Carne is also sponsored by this book, 90 Days in the 90s, written by my friend Andy Fry. It's a trip back to the 90s. Wouldn't you like to go back to the 1990s? I think we all would, if only for a little bit. Take in some shows maybe we never got to see the first time around, iconic shows at venues that are maybe no longer with us, like the Double Door on Milwaukee or Lounge Jacks or the Avalon. Go back in time. That is the spirit of 90 Days in the 90s. Darby, record store owner Darby, gets to go back to 90s Chicago. She takes the mystical gray line and soaks it all up, the pop culture and the nostalgia. 90 Days in the 90s, if you're looking for a book to read on a road trip this coming Thanksgiving week, or looking for a gift for that music-loving friend of yours, 90 Days in the 90s, go to 90daysinthe90s.com. That's how Giorgio does it.
Oh, yeah.
That's how you sync the audio and video.
The G-Man does it that way.
I trust him.
Yeah, I would too. I've had him clap in front of me for a long time.
It's Car Con Carne in front of Red Hot Ranch. To my right, if you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube, that is stand-up comic. That is radio star Kevin Kellam, a longtime friend. Nice to see you. This
is wonderful. We have the roller of the CTA Blue Line, probably not running on time, behind us.
Here's the beauty of Kevin Kellam. I knew heading into tonight that there was
that I would be late.
That there was no way on God's green earth. Now, here's the thing about me: I'm always early.
Okay,
it is a sickness of mine, but it's my sickness. I own it. I'm always early, and I knew pulling up. I knew getting this plum spot in front of Red Hot Ranch on Armitage that I would just be cooling my heels. In fact, I cooled my heels so much that I already ate a hot dog because I got tired of waiting.
I don't blame you for it. I don't blame you for it.
But here's the best part. So you're running a little bit behind. What time is it now? It's
publish it.
Let's say you're 20 minutes late.
Okay.
I'm sitting here waiting. I see you. You got dropped off actually nowhere near the restaurant.
There's a Red Hot Ranch on Western.
Right.
And the guy who drops me off, there was a bit of a speaking thing, and he got me back to the intersection. I didn't want to. At that point, it was just confusing for me. I was like, no, it's okay. It's okay.
I'm sitting here in my car, and I'm looking, and I'm like, why the fuck is Kevin all the way over there, and he's coming toward me? And then Kevin runs right past the car.
Because I'm going to the parking lot. I'm thinking it's right in the parking lot.
I said it was parked in front of the restaurant.
True. But I'm immediately like, I'm drawn to the smell. I'm drawn to it, like a squirrel to a nut.
So to be clear, I'm sitting here in my Mazda 3 on Armitage. I've got a ring light.
Uh-huh.
I need to find a better place for this. That's not the point. I've got a ring light. I've got dome lights on. There are microphones standing up. I just watch Kevin run by, and then I see him kind of like walk in a circle.
Around.
Yeah.
And my God.
And then I'm like, well, surely he's going to notice the car with the ring lights and the microphones.
And then I go the opposite direction on Armitage.
And then Kevin calls, and I said something like, are you fucking kidding me, to myself? And then I thought you had butt dialed me because you didn't answer right away.
Okay. No, I had a Bluetooth on. I had the Bluetooth head speakers on. I'm never good with that. So.
And then Kevin's like, are you here? I'm at the Red Hot Ranch on Armitage.
Because I was worried then. I was like, do they have a second location?
And I'm like, not only am I here, I'm looking at you make this phone call.
Yes.
I'm watching you in my rear view mirror.
You're looking actively at me act like the dumbest animal in the zoo, you know?
And that's the hook. The dumbest animal in the zoo. My guest on Car Con Carne.
Yeah.
So I grab a hot dog.
All right, let's do it, dude.
It might be a little soggy, but it's still delicious.
That's all right. I'm down.
Here's my problem with Red Hot Ranch.
What's your problem with it?
Cash only.
I'm not a fan of cash only.
Haven't we all agreed that no one carries cash anymore? I mean, I'm not asking them to take Apple Pay.
No.
I'm just saying, take a credit card. I mean, act like it's 1995 for fuck's sake.
Yeah, and it's so I enjoy Red Hot Ranch, love it. We're not too far away from the Lincoln Lodge where I'm doing shows all the time. So it is a go-to. Red Hot, I mean, Lincoln Lodge, you put your card down on the table, you're fine. You know it's there.
Mm-hmm.
I live a mile away from here. I can be here to pick it up if I get a little bit too imbibed, and I can walk home. So I'm becoming a bit of a regular. And I like that my favorite bar is also my favorite comedy club now.
Mm-hmm.
So, but now go to Ranch all the time. Everyone says the same thing. Like all the comics that love Red Hot Ranch are like, I love Polish sausage at 12:30, but oh man, I just wish they didn't. I could bring my card over.
Even Gene and Jude's takes credit cards now.
That's a big move for them, though.
That's a big move.
I could see some of those older established brands not wanting to do it for a long time.
See, and I feel like at this point you kind of have to take credit cards. I understand the argument that they have to pay a percentage off the top, but you also lose money if people are turned off by that, or they're forced to use an ATM that charges like $4.
Exactly, and they have an ATM in there.
I didn't even want to know. Didn't even want
to know. But I mean, what do you think? Is there another place that you love a lot that does the same thing?
I can't remember the last place I went to that was cash only. Probably a taqueria somewhere.
Mm-hmm. I can see it, though. A lot of those are like, oh, they don't know if they're going to last, or there's older people there, and like, how do they run the cards or something? But just come on.
So here's the thing.
It's not like cards are like a relatively new thing, you know?
Here's the thing, Kevin. I thought you were bringing more people, so I got 4 hot dogs.
I was supposed to have 2 guys with me, Matt Banwart and Chris Grieco, who I do Roast Battle Chicago with. We have a bunch of big shows coming up, but we were taping a podcast at the same time, and they added another one to the schedule. Now, I'm not going to leave the 3 greatest initials in Chicago radio eating a hot dog by himself in Armitage.
WGN.
I don't want to leave world's greatest news.
Newspaper.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I do like one of the things Red Hot Ranch does. They do the old school bundling the hot dog with the French fries.
Yes.
I love that.
Do you ever think you get enough fries when they do that, though? Or is it like just enough fries?
Just enough. And here's the thing. I always think that 1 hot dog is an appetizer. I mean, who eats 1 hot dog?
I love that is so a Chicago logic thing. Portion control. We're not good with that.
We're not good with that. But, I mean, 1 hot dog is never enough.
No.
In fact, I will go as far as if I'm driving to a hot dog place, I will get a hot dog for the trip home. Just to kind of...
How many people call you out on that?
I've actually... I've instilled that value in my son. He now participates in that. But the point is, at a place like this, where 1 hot dog is never enough, when you add the fries to the package, it's confounding. Because
it's
suddenly
like a topping.
You have too many fries then, if you want 2 hot dogs.
Oh, yeah, true.
This is an issue at Gene and Jude's as well. But I digress. So the reason you're here, one of which we haven't caught up in a million years.
We haven't. It's been a couple of years.
I don't think I've seen you in the flesh. Jesus, I mean, definitely before COVID.
How many people do you work with? Like doing media now, radio. A lot of people are doing it from home, and all these things. How many different people are you still like really good friends with? Still talk to all the time? Still like people you would see all the time, but for whatever reason you haven't seen them since March of 2020.
It's interesting you should bring that up. I had a conversation with an old friend of mine recently. We went out for brunch, and we're talking about the notion of friendship. I think especially as you get older, when you have friends, you don't need to see them or text them all the time.
You got to keep up.
But you don't even you don't need to have ongoing exchanges every day, every week. You can get back together 3 years down the road and pick things right back up, and that's cool. Like we're all busy, we all have our lives, and I haven't seen you in the flesh for 3 years, but here we are. We're picking. I didn't even talk to you. I just hit record when you walked in the car. Right? I mean,
this is great. I just feel like I'm walking down the hall at NBC Tower and be like, can you believe that? Did you see this thing? Did you hear about this one? I go all Jay Leno on you really quickly.
So I want to talk about the roast battle, which you mentioned, which is not a food competition. It's a comedy competition.
It's a comedy competition that is, I think, so brutal, but also so very Chicago. You and I know the ball-busting ways of Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
There are many things that we could do in the hallways at the radio station we worked at together that we couldn't do on air, that we always wanted to do on air. And roast battling is sort of like that with comics, where even though there's things we can do during our sets, but like a battle is a specific thing we do with each other. And there's almost this crowd of people that don't know the comics in town, but they know the roast battle show. And they know the art of battling. They've seen the Comedy Central shows, and now we're in the roast battle league. that's governed from the Comedy Store in L.A. to all
Is
the way
that
over
really?
to-
That's a real thing?
It's a league. Yeah, we're in the Roast Battle Global League.
Like pickleball.
Yeah, like pickleball, but like the National Wrestling Alliance, we have the territory. So we're the Chicago territory.
Thanks for making it relatable. To
Gotta
me.
bring it back to wrestling, and that's almost kind of how I got involved with it. They're like, wrestling, and the logic of like setting up a fight and like some of those different things we can do, and with the show, I didn't even battle. I've done like comedy competition shows where you debate against somebody or something like that, but never like straight up like
you do color.
Yeah. I was doing color. So they brought us in for panel, which is like you judge. You're actually deciding vote. But sometimes if the battles are going south and we don't know what they're doing until they get up there, and we got to chime in. We got to jump in and add.
By going south, you mean that they're dying or that they're being too...
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Okay.
Sometimes you have a battle where one person's doing real well and the other person isn't. So you kind of have to pick up the slack or something like that too. And also there's this deceptive thing. Stand-ups are always like in Chicago, they're always puffing each other at improv people and vice versa. But there's so many people that do both, right? Because we're an improv town. It's a second city town. We're a sketch, improv, comedy town in that regard, comedy-wise. But stand-up has come up so much in the last 20 years, and this is another evolution of that. But there's so many improv things I'm doing that I'm like, I don't know if I'd be doing this normally in a stand-up show where I'm so tied to the page.
I love it. And I want to dig more into Roast Battle, but I do want to mention you're on the radio. You still do radio. You do it in Rockford.
I broadcast from home. I don't know if I've pulled back the evolution on that. Working with somebody we know, Lou Lombardo. You and I both familiar.
He's a delight.
He's an absolute delight. And I'm doing stuff with wrestling as well with AAW. I'm literally stepping over a broken beer bottle that we used for a scene backstage at AAW. And there's a broken beer bottle and there's blood, and it's the first like full capacity show we had in 2021. And I'm like, this is so great. Like things are finally back the way they should be. And I may not be in radio, but I remember having that conversation. I may not be in radio, but I'm doing some cool stuff. I was doing content for Sportskeeda. I'm getting by making content at my apartment. I'm still doing the thing I want to do, right?
Right.
I'm trying to come back, And then out of the blue, I get a phone call, and it's Lou Lombardo, who I had not talked to since before the pandemic. And I was like, what's this? And I was like, hi, Lou.
Because he's the program director.
He's a program director on 104.9 The X in Rockford, station with a lot of history back to the 80s. And he goes, we're in the situation, we're shifting over, we need somebody to fill in. A fill-in turns into, more than a year and a half now. And then you can also hear me in Springfield, the capital city rock station, 97.7 QLZ.
I love it.
Yeah, so doing afternoons there, and I do middays on the X, and we have a comedy show coming. Now you get to marry the both, right? Get to do a stand-up comedy show for a radio station. We're doing the Brouhaha on November 17th at Prairie Street Brewing Company.
It's all about the hustle.
Gotta hustle, dude.
You're doing it.
Yeah,
Dude, eat your hot dog.
I gotta eat my hot dog. This is so good.
It's getting cold.
Oh my god, it's still snaps. Don't you love the snapification?
Love the snaps. All right, so my son is a culinary student. He loves cooking.
How far along is he now?
He's almost done. He's got like a year left.
Man, that's so aging. Remember yelling at the Allstate Arena? You tell these stories all the time, and your dad and your kid asks, "Is the guy who yells going to be there?" Because we go to the WWE shows at the radio station all the time, and we had a good laugh with that.
Kevin would berate the children who cheered for the wrong person or the heel. But so he's a culinary student. I spent 4 hours with him on Sunday at home making Italian sausage.
This is your dream. This is your dream, dude. Your kid just makes you food you want.
So we went to Peoria Packing in the West Loop, got a pork shoulder, like a 20-pound pork shoulder, or a 10-pound. And so he cut it up. He ground the meat. He got the casings from Peoria, and then we put it through the grinder, and I helped him thread the sausage.
You have to catch it, right? You have to.
Well, you kind of wrap the casing around.
Okay.
The grinder, and it comes out, and you kind of keep pushing the meat. You never want to see how the sausage is made. It's a cliche, but it's also the truth.
Did it turn you off to sausage?
Oh, I was aware of how this worked. Yeah.
No, but I mean, like the process of doing it, did it turn you off to sausage?
Or
you're like, I'm going to have one today?
Well, we made too many. Like we made like 21 links. But the reason why I say all this is because the snap of the freshly made sausage in the casings from the packing plant, magnificent.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And at home,
is
there a different taste to it? For you making it at home?
Oh, he mixed it with some peppers and some basil and some fennel, and
Did you say fentanyl? Oh my god!
But that's a long way to say
No.
the snap is everything with a
The snap
sausage.
is everything.
Whether it's a hot dog or an Italian sausage or a...
You know, my
Polish.
favorite thing now is the older I get, I probably don't eat better, right? But I like going to the Vienna beef hot dog restaurants. There's no, you go to a place that serves Vienna beef. You don't go to a restaurant that's just the Vienna beef place, right? And I love going in, and you know the poster, you've seen it. It's the giant hot dog that is Navy Pier.
Mhm.
And there's a boat, almost like a fire rescue boat. The fire rescue boat is completely wasting public resources. It could be putting down a skyscraper fire right now from the lakefront and spraying from the lake into the fire. But no, it's using that hose to spray a giant stream of mustard onto the hot dog that has replaced Navy Pier. And,
It's in every... That and a picture of Steve Dolinsky, the Hungry Hound, in every restaurant in the city.
or the giant like hot dog or Polish sausage that's floating down Maxwell Street for some reason. I love the Navy Pier one because it's like, what a tragedy! A giant hot dog is crushed. But it appears like everyone's all right with it. It appears like see, I was going to talk to you about this. You're wearing, for the people just listening to the audio, James Van Alsel making the bravest decision I've ever seen anyone with a Chicago hot dog do. White button-up shirt, eating a hot dog in a car with the full. You got the full trimmings, dude.
I did it.
You did it. What'd you get? You get a mustard out there?
No.
You all right?
I survived.
Yeah.
2 hot dogs later, I did it.
But Donna Summer.
This is
Rock and Roll Jeopardy reference. Got to do it.
This is kind of like preparing for anaphylactic shock, like having an EpiPen. I prepare with a Tide pen. I just didn't know.
You got to jam it under your thigh.
Give me 10 seconds. I'm good. But I did it. I wanted to. I'm glad you brought this up. I wanted to add a little like reality show challenge to tonight's recording. I wanted to wear white with the relish and the mustard and the grease. I did it.
Someone's watching the video saying, after Labor Day, you never eat a hot dog in a car after Labor Day with a white shirt.
Well, the beauty of working from home is, yes, I'm wearing the dress shirt.
How much do you love working from home?
It's the best. Although I will say, it is the best. I'm also incredibly productive.
Because I worked with you for years in an office. And there'd be days where I'm just like, I don't know if you just like this office. There'd be days where you told me you like the job. I just don't like here or this or the travel or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very productive working from home. That said, after doing it for a couple of years, I do kind of like, I have to go downtown occasionally. I like the commute.
Okay.
I mean, the commute in Chicago is not awesome, but there is something to be said once in a while, getting my coffee on the way, playing the music or podcast I want to listen to, and just checking out for an hour. I can't answer email because I'm driving my car. There is something to be said for that commute every now and then, but more often than not, I'm working from home, and it's very nice.
There you go, man.
That's the American dream.
The American dream now, I guess.
Well,
to a
and just
degree.
the fact that you're doing radio from home. I mean, as everyone did during the pandemic starting then. Like, can you imagine 5 years from now a world where you would do that? I mean, even if you were doing Springfield and Rockford, you'd still have to go into a studio to record those shows.
Yeah, and I do miss a studio. Because it's just like my laptop. I got a Crane Arms that feels like radio, right? And it's just a good internet deal. But I don't think I've ever made people dislike radio more than the people because I don't live alone. I think the people I live with really genuinely don't like radio anymore.
Because of you.
Because of me. And we're like voice tracking, but we're like live to tape the day of.
Right.
But the amount of times that they have to hear me like do a commercial that they can't fast forward over because I'm doing multiple takes.
And Kevin's not an NPR host. Kevin has a booming voice. I'm sure you're
What do you mean? How dare you say that? I'm a broadcaster.
I'm sure you're a little distracting around the homestead.
Yes.
But you're having fun.
I'm enjoying it more than I thought I would. I mean, under the circumstances like where I'm at, like it's not like I wouldn't enjoy it, but I was brought in the sense of, hey, somebody just dropped out and we need someone on air. It was Friday. Lou calls me and is like, we need you on air Monday. Can you do it? And I was like, yeah. And like, how often like, we need you for this? And he's like, in the week after, we may have to have you on in Springfield too. And that was what was supposed to be a temporary thing. And so now I'm there for almost a year and a half. And then I do the podcasting stuff from home at the same time.
So there's a lesson there for you people at home. Don't burn bridges. It's true in radio. It's true everywhere. Like do good work. Yes. But also be a righteous dude who people want to help out. And
Conan O'Brien, work hard, be kind.
That's it.
Amazing things will happen.
That's it. You had a great relationship with
It's
Lou.
easy to get mad. I mean, you know this in radio. It's easy. It's really easy to get bitter. It's really, really easy to remember someone's name with venom and stuff like that. But then I don't look at it that way because it's like, what do I actually get if I, that's the energy I want to put in the world. I can have that,
Right.
But I have that Irish Catholic bury it down until it explodes, or I turn it into a bit, and then it's fine. Then it's a song, then it's gone. It's in the ether.
The way I look at it, the people who I would be bitter about in radio, they still have to be them every day. Like, I win. Like,
yeah.
Fuck those people.
Yeah, and also sometimes it's not. It's circumstantial. It's not like, oh, they were there for the trauma of it, or they were there for the resentment of it. It's like, you're going to remember someone you saw right before you got hit by lightning. You're not mad at them because, they hit me with lightning, unless they're Zeus. He just seems like a guy who has real beef with people.
Hated the latest Thor movie.
You didn't like it? I haven't seen it. Seen it. I've got Disney Plus, right? Right when the pandemic got going, Disney Plus comes out, right? And it comes out, and I hadn't seen Infinity War, and I hadn't seen Endgame. And that was, what, of 2020? The spring of 2020?
Yeah, how do you go so long without seeing like the biggest movies of the past 20 years?
I have not seen Endgame. I've had it sitting there in the queue for that long. I've watched full seasons of things. I've watched odd Disney Channel stuff, but it's just like, you got the girlfriend, she's like, I don't want to watch explosions. And then you're with her, and I'm like, oh, I'm 3 hours away from watching stuff blow up, go boom, catchphrase.
Here's the thing about Endgame. Not a popular opinion. Didn't like it at all. Loved.
And you are a devout comic book wizard.
I loved Infinity War. Loved it.
Mm-hmm. I enjoyed it as well.
Hated Endgame.
Okay.
Like, nothing about it rang true or worked for me.
Okay, it didn't deliver for you.
No.
All right. But you didn't like what is it? Love and
Thunder?
Love and Thunder.
No.
Yeah. I enjoyed Ragnarok. I thought that was great. Yeah, so I was kind of like amped for this other one coming up here.
See, and my free time now when I watch movies, it's all horror.
Yeah. They get into the Shudder. You got the Shudder?
Got the Shudder. I just did the Screambox 7-day trial so that I can watch Terrifier 2.
That's the competitor one, right?
That's the competitor.
And Terrifier 2 is the one that has that 1950s, a movie so terrifying, moviegoers are losing their lunch watching it.
The first Terrifier was fantastic, and it kind of made its name on streaming on Netflix, etc. Paul Wiley, former Chicagoan musician, scored the Terrifier movies. He's great.
You know everyone who does something creative in town, and I love that about you.
Paul also was Marilyn Manson's guitarist up until, I'm assuming, very recently.
Okay. Good call.
But Paul does these kind of throwback scores that are like John Carpenter-esque. Like, his scores are fantastic.
I've made the spooky season putting on dark synthwave stuff in the background while I'm taping radio in my ear.
Yeah.
Not obviously not booming out on air. I don't think everyone can put up with 4 hours of John Carpenter's do 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 do. But it makes you productive.
Well, I think that's radio's problem. I think they need to try. By the way, I was
productive ambiance.
I was reading a theory since the Halloween reboot kind of puttered out at the end.
I'm gonna watch it, but I've heard bad things.
Ends was not so much. I kind of like the first of the three. Someone suggested, I was reading somewhere, that they start rebooting or do a prequel to Halloween 3, which I love.
Season of the Witch.
Season of the Witch.
A great movie outside of calling itself Halloween 3, a genuinely great film.
Creepy, one of those classic dark endings, like that just leaves a mark when you leave the theater. The concept, basically the concept is they're trying to kill children all around the world as part of a ritual sacrifice.
With consumerism.
Exactly. It's so good.
In the middle of the 80s, too.
But I read that, I thought, that would be a perfect, with all the different properties getting rebooted, prequels, that's one that's been just sitting there, and it was ignored because it wasn't well received when it came out, but retroactively everyone said, oh yeah, that was a cool concept.
And they've rebooted so much, right? They did.
Hellraiser was just on Hulu.
Yeah, and I heard that was very good.
That was good. Lots of cool practical effects.
I'm catching up on. I know found footage is a played out gimmick, but
I still love a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, VHS 94 I watched, and I got 99 to catch up on.
94 had some great moments. 99 is garbage.
Yeah, I haven't seen 9. I'll still watch it. Yeah, but I enjoyed 94. I thought because they did a third one like 8 years ago, and it really dropped off.
Yep.
First two are probably two of the best found footage movies up there with like Blair Witch or Paranormal Activity or something like that.
I also like Legend of Hell House, LLC. The script is not so much.
That's the documentary, right?
Yeah, the dialogue's not so great, but there's some fantastic scares in there.
And it's good for the taxes that they went with the LLC, when you really think about it.
That just makes good fiscal sense.
Yeah,
You're absolutely right.
You got to think of yourself on the back end.
If you want another hot dog.
I want the fries. I don't know if I can handle a dog. Am I bad if I eat just the fries?
No.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's for you.
Hell yeah.
It's because the people you promised would come with didn't come with.
Here we go. Chris and Matt, I'm eating your dog, dude. I'm eating your
Chris
dog.
and Matt of Roast Battle fame. Roast Battle happens at the Lincoln Lodge the first and third Thursdays each month at 8 p.m. So we're recording this on November 1st. I'll have this published in time for the November 3rd Roast Battle.
Big one. So we have Jessica Mizra. So if you're listening to this on Thursday, and Grace Leishman, there are two champions. We have our undercard champion and our world champion. So imagine WrestleMania 6 scenario. Ultimate Warrior, Intercontinental Champion versus Hulk Hogan, WWF Champion. Title for title. All the straps on the line. Ice Queen versus the Mizra. It's and they're fresh off of playing the Comedy Store in L.A. They played the Big Belly Room in L.A. with Whitney Cummings and Jeff Ross on the panel, and both did really, really well, and we're excited for them, and we're getting millions of people to watch us on the TikTok, and we don't even dance, you know?
So, yeah, you're on TikTok, the podcasts, the videos of the performances, the battles are on YouTube.
Yeah, you can watch full battles on our YouTube. So if you have more of an attention span for more than 30 seconds, we can do that. And we're very algorithmic on the TikTok in terms of like what we tag, and it's how we've kind of found an audience.
You need to teach me. Car Con Carne's on TikTok as of last week.
So big, when you put something up on the internet and it goes viral, have you had the people making corrections about what you say because this specific?
You're assuming that Car Con Carne's gone viral. I've done this for 9 years. I'm getting like 200 views on TikTok.
You're only going viral if it's food poisoning, baby.
That's it.
hey, I'm hot. I'm with it. You're big Thor. We're talking Thor Marvel stuff, right? So I do this battle. Jessica Missatano bodies me. All right. This is my first big battle on the show. Bodies me. But I had this joke that I knew she was going to come at me with something. I knew she was going to. She has this thing where she says I look like Thanos. Okay. I'm bald and I have a big lumbering forehead, right? and I have a large head. And she said, "You look like Thanos if his power was he wanted to reinstitute segregation." I was like, "That's just all right, okay, all right. That's not true, but thank you for the compliment that I look like Thanos." And I went with, "I'm the most powerful character in the cinematic universe. There's something I have on my finger, and it's a ring. He has a power." I'm stumbling over the words, but he has a ring on his finger, and you don't. And it hit with the audience. But the internet hit it with a different way because it was like, he doesn't wear rings. He has a gauntlet.
Oh, fuck off.
And it got 1 million views on TikTok, and I had literally thousands of people. And then people doing like the reaction videos.
Oh, no.
Where they're like, "Oh, come on, dude. How do you not know that he has a gauntlet?" And they're holding up their figure of him with the gauntlet on or like with a glove and stuff like that. And so I was like, one lady walked on the show and she said, "Thanos" at the bar. I was like, that's it. That's all I need to know. Somebody who came to the show, bought a ticket, had a good time. But if I aggravated a bunch of people who went to the midnight showing of Thor, Love and Thunder, I'm okay with it.
You can't win.
You can't win. You can't win. And also, I understand it. I got up there and she's a mean, wonderful lady. And I'm just this lumbering jerk who produces the show. So I have no problem taking the knee to the queen, you know? So it's all right. It's all right.
So how mean does it get?
Oh,
I've watched the videos. A lot of the stuff I've seen seemed kind of good-natured.
Yes. There's some stuff that's gone that people share and they think it's a little bit too much, or we cross a certain line. We've been called, "Oh, how do you body shame?" or something like that. But I think when people see just a clip, and by clip, they're talking like 20 seconds, that we've diced together to get into that sense of those super short attention spans, especially that younger people have, you know? And then we have people in their 30s and 40s that come to our show and they watch the full battles. And I'm not downgrading the Gen Z crowd. It's just a different approach. And everybody who does the show agrees to it. There's also, we have do's and don'ts. Like, hey, this is something, can you not talk about this? Sure. And there was things I didn't want and Jess did when we did, and that battle in particular. And she's like, "Can I go for this?" I was like, yeah, go for it. You know, and like, that doesn't bother me. And there's other people who are like, "Go for anything. I don't care what it is." And you have some people bringing up like, "This person's dad died last year." And it's like, whoa. And I understand the shock of it. I think part of the shock of it is appealing and like almost like I get it. But then there's some of it where I'll watch it and I'm producing it, but I can't like go over everyone's jokes. Even as a comic, I can't go to be like, "Can we not do this?" Or I can't do that to people. And there's some clips we won't put out because we
That's fair.
feel like, all right, that doesn't do it. But there's other clips we put out where we're like, all right, we're towing the line there. But hey, you guys signed up for it. You guys cool if we put this out? And they go, yeah, do it. You know?
That's cool. So it seems like it's civil, at least in terms of agreeing on terms.
Yeah, I wouldn't want anyone to do our show who's a comic who's uncomfortable. Because there's people I've asked, and like, oh, it's not for me. Or they asked to do it, and I was like, do you understand what you're signing up for?
Yeah.
You know, that type of thing.
Well, that's cool.
It's a fight club, but we talk about it. So, yeah, like you're going to get socked with words in your face, you know, that type of thing.
I love it, like a roll of quarters.
Yes.
So again, Tuesdays and Thursdays, the Lincoln Lodge.
We're the first Thursday. We're the first and third Thursday.
I said Tuesday. Yeah. First and third Thursdays.
Right around the corner from where we are right now.
Right.
Really, yeah.
I think you came from that direction when you couldn't find my car.
Yeah, right around the corner from where we are now.
So again, this is going on twice a month. It's taking off. You're part of the national roast landscape.
Yes.
How long has this been going on?
This show started out with Chris and Matt, like right as the pandemic opened up. And it was in the Lodge. The Lincoln Lodge is a great venue that has a lot of history in comedy. Go back to like the early, mid-2000s. Camille Nanjiani, TJ Miller. A lot of people that broke out of Chicago were part of like this cast of stand-ups. It was almost like the Second City model, but for stand-ups on a show. And they revolve and they bring in different people. That group buys a theater space, and now they have multiple rooms. They want to do multiple things that pop off. I wouldn't call it a gimmick show. It's probably the best, most easy to explain it way. And they come in with a roast battle show, model off what was happening in LA. And at the time, we weren't in the league. And then they evolved it in the league. And I'm on the panel a lot. I'm not doing the show. So, like, you're the radio guy. You know how to chime in at the right time and call. And I started doing that more. And then they had a tournament show where I did 2 in a night. At the end of it, they're like, can we talk to you, like, in a few weeks when the tournament? I was like, yeah, sure. And then afterwards, they're like, do you want to host some of these? And I started to host, and I was like, that was like a wrestling thing. And you do the rah, rah, rah. And it feels like I'm introducing, you know, insert band A opening for the Offspring, you know? So, like.
You guys ready for Shinedown?
You guys ready for Shinedown? So, Shinedown versus Offspring in a roast battle if you guys want to do it. Brent versus Dexter, you guys we'll write it for you, all that good stuff.
I saw Shinedown in Tinley Park like 3 or 4 years ago. My son thought he liked Shinedown, so I got him tickets.
Yeah.
About halfway through the show, he said, I'm good.
Is that something where you and we have available things where we get to see a lot of stuff, right? Where you go and you're like, oh, I know I'm going to be able to see something cool in the future. So is it like a spoiled thing, you know, to a degree?
No, it's just
I've had that. I've absolutely had that.
I'm a big believer. If you're not having fun, leave. Like,
oh yeah,
there is that feeling. Like if you spend a lot of money on a ticket, especially you feel like, oh, I got to ride this out. Maybe, you know, I'm in it. I spent X amount of dollars. I'm going to sit through the whole show. But you know, if you're not having fun, leave.
What's a show you've been to recently that you love? I've one I went to, and it's a band that you and I have gone and seen before together.
Who did we see together? We saw Manson together.
We saw Manson together, and I felt bad because I was coming down with a sickness.
Right, and
I had to be on air the next day.
You were late, and you hated the show.
I only hated the show because I was in really, really bad shape.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who else did we see together?
Iron Maiden.
Of course. I saw Maiden. I was on a work trip in San Diego last month. Oh. And it was my last night in San Diego. And when I did a lot more business travel, I always felt like if I'm in another town, I need to spend those waking hours where I'm not doing work, doing something fun, exploring, getting out in the city. Who knows when I'll get back to that city.
Doing comedy, I feel like that way. Even if I'm like doing a one-night at a bar in Wisconsin, I'm like, I still want to go to like a Pilot gas station and see some weird trucker hats.
Yeah. So it was my last night. I'm like, I'm going to look at Polestar, see who's in town. And Maiden was playing in Chula Vista, which is like 15 miles away from downtown where I was staying.
Awesome.
So I grabbed one of the guys who I was working with that week. I'm like, hey, you want to see Maiden? He was from Chicago. He's like, sure, I've never seen him before. So we jumped in a lift and saw Iron Maiden. They're still so great.
In their 60s. Bruce Dickinson still sounds great. Nico, the drummer, still sounds great. Everyone still plays their parts. They don't play a type of heavy metal that I think is too fast or lumbering on the body where they can't do it. But the production of the show is unparalleled.
The production, unparalleled. The set changes.
So I got tickets and went and saw him at the United Center a few weeks ago. And you talk to a guy at an arena, and you're in the 300s, and he goes, oh, you know, come on. And we came down, and they put us right behind the soundboard, and we got
Oh,
to see
damn.
the stage. And there's some of the stages like cut off, but I was
Yeah.
like, this. I still love that because there's that production part of me of like running shows when
Yeah.
we're doing stuff at the Aragon. I always love seeing the other side of it.
Oh, yeah, for
while
sure.
it's happening, and just incredible. I love bands that have longevity. Maybe that's just me. In entering this certain part of my life where I don't mind liking things I liked when I'm 15, liking them even more.
Well, one of the most liberating things I ever did for myself was get rid of the idea of guilty pleasures.
Yeah.
Once you tell yourself there's no such thing and you just like the stuff you like,
Yeah.
life becomes so much easier.
Way easier. I did that a couple of years ago. Much more with comedy. I do jokes about it. Much more with wrestling. All of my jobs are something I enjoy. And any day I really bitch about it, I'm just like, no, I'm bitching about something circumstantial. I'm not bitching about the work itself.
Good perspective and a hard-earned perspective.
Yeah, yeah. And it's also like a sense of gratitude and stuff like that too.
Mhm.
I don't mind having to kick my ass often. I don't mind that. ADD teaches you that. You have to do it.
All right. So again, the roast battle, super fun. You really get a sense of the depth of the comedy scene.
Mm-hmm.
With the different personalities, the styles of humor, just the amount of bodies that make up Chicago's comedy scene.
Super diverse.
Yeah.
A lot of different people, a lot of different age groups, a lot of different backgrounds, so a bunch of different approaches. But we do enjoy putting the friends up there because the friends are going to have...
They're going to have the inside.
Yeah, they're going to have the inside. But with a tournament, that we're going to have coming up in a few months, we don't have all the pairings for it. We're going to end up having people that don't know each other. And there's something interesting about that too, but it's also like, you could have something where somebody's been doing comedy for a year and a half and they beat somebody who's been doing it 10, 12 years, and that's happened. Our champion, Grace Leishman, played the Comedy Store. She's been doing comedy less than 2 years. That's unheard of. You don't even get to like walk in and like sometimes get on the mic at the Comedy Store in LA and perform in front of Whitney Cummings and Jeff Ross and how many other people there. And this isn't like, oh, I did this. No, it's the show we did got somebody there, the group effort of other people that produced the show. And there's other people involved with the show before I got involved with it that did that too. And then to help somebody along and make them a bigger and better comic and open door, I'm fine with that. I
love it. And speaking of your stand-up work, how long did it take for you to get comfortable? You just mentioned her with her 2 years of...
A long time. Long time. Because I was doing improv and I was doing radio at the same time.
Those are different parts of the brain, though, aren't they?
They are, but it all feels like I'm playing in a band. Like I just walk around, and I just play a different instrument.
Okay,
it's all with my mouth. Though. My mom said, "You run from one microphone to the next."
That's a great way to describe it.
Yeah,
just playing in a band.
Yeah. Today I woke up, brushed my teeth, I went to a desk, I did radio, and then I did a video about wrestling, and then I did a podcast about wrestling. And then I did radio. Then I ate a donut. Then I left my house. Then I went and goofed around with comedians on microphones. Then I sat in a car with you and ate hot dogs. And then I think we're going to go around the block and probably rip an open mic set and then drink a PBR and go home. And then I think to myself, like, why would I ever bitch? You know what I mean?
You're living your best life.
Why would I? And there's so many days where I complain or, I got to wake up early.
Well, because the financial reward isn't like...
Oh, no. I mean, there's been easier times in my life financially and stuff like that.
And that's the root of so many people's bitching.
No, but I'm paying rent with rah-rah, ha-ha body slams, Like, that's not a bad way to go.
Not a bad way at all. You're living your best life.
No. I had somebody say, like, are you ever, like, everything you do is just, like, I was like, yeah. Is all and I didn't think about it until I had to lay it out like a month or two ago with somebody. I was like, "Oh,
you're a performer."
And also, like during the pandemic, like none of that should work. Like none of that should be a thing. Like that should take a lot longer to get going with. And I'm okay with it if I don't make it. I'm doing the things I want to do.
And you're hustling.
Yeah. And what is making it too? That's a really questionable.
If you're happy and paying rent, that's making it.
Yeah. If you're happy and you're making content, clap your hands.
That's how we sync video, too.
There you go, G. That one's for you.
All right. Kevin Kellam, you can see him. You can hear him in and around the roast battle. You can watch him on YouTube. You can see him on stage.
If you're a podcast person, we have a podcast out as well. We do long-form conversations. Mm-hmm. We just did one where I had to leave as they sprung a guest on somebody so they could solve some beef that was based off of a battle. Yeah. Yeah. We talked about beef, wrapping it all up.
So if you're in Rockford, you can hear Kevin. If you're in Springfield, Illinois, you can hear Kevin.
Sportskeeda.com, I'm on there as well. Yeah.
I'm exhausted just thinking about your schedule.
Yeah. I remember when we were doing roast battle, I did all of my plugs at the end, and they're like, if you kept doing your plugs, it would have just like floated into another episode. So, but yeah. So, also I'm on Twitter while that's still a thing. So,
yeah, I don't know what to do with that.
What are you gonna do? You gonna pay for your $8 to have your verification?
Oh God, no. I never got verified, and I tried.
The beef, the long-standing James Van Osdell Q101 beef is, when are they gonna verify my Twitter account?
Everyone got verified. Kellam's verified. I'm not verified. Everyone I worked with at Cumulus was verified. Fucking interns got verified. I've been on Twitter since like 2006. I can't get verified.
The bear that we dress up for picnic will get a blue check mark.
It felt personal after a while.
Now you have to pay $8 for it.
Is it $8? Because the last thing they said yesterday was they were mulling around $20.
Oh, I guess they haven't put it all out,
right?
But Elon Musk just took over Twitter. Blah blah blah. You're not an internet person. What is he doing? They're gonna, if you get verified on Twitter, more people get to see you.
That's always been the case.
You're verifying that you are the person you say you are. You're a person of note. You know, and so that was a good thing to have.
Yeah.
You would have to get it from Twitter.
Right.
Now, Twitter wants you to pay for that verification and that reach, and it almost becomes like the same problems people have with Facebook. I'm on Facebook just because I'm networked with so many people.
Sure, of course.
But you know, you could be in a band 10 years ago and get people to come to your show through Facebook without having to pay for it. Now you have to pay to reach the same 300 people you did
I've
10
been
years ago.
Thwarted by the Facebook algorithm.
Oh, and you and I have talked about that. Yeah.
Absolutely thwarted. But the Twitter thing, I just don't know. Like, I haven't touched it for a while because it got really disgusting.
Yeah.
And the fun was gone. Like, I'll occasionally go on, read what Patton Oswalt has to say, but
yeah. Very good Twitter.
He's amazing, and he's prolific. Like, he's always putting stuff out there. I don't know. Like, I don't want to be draconian and just say, "Well, fuck it, Elon Musk is here. I'm going to get rid of everything," because I've got so many years in this.
I stay on it because of the stuff I have to do. Like, I have to kind of like be with those things, and there's a network of some people that are more active that I have to work with. And, but it does strike me as, oh, come on, you know, like, does everything have to be like tip in one level of toxicity in this direction or that direction? Oh, we're this app for these people and this, and then then you're just a message board. You're just a message board. Then
that's it.
You know, and I remember message boards. There's so many people that don't go to those. Like, it's just going to devolve like streaming services. You know, it's going to become like, I don't have cable, but I have 5 streaming services.
Exactly. I've got Disney Plus, I've got AMC Plus, I've got HBO Max, I've got Shudder, I've got Screambox.
Yeah. Or you have the churn where you have it for a little while and you get off of it. And I guess social media could be like that too, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I still, it's the cliche, but I go to social media to be social. I find all that stuff so fatiguing when there's that herd mentality of like piling on people. I'm like, I don't want any part of this.
My favorite interaction with you ever before meeting you. Meeting you was always wonderful, and like getting to work with you and different things. I remember we went and had a lunch one time at Billy Goat, and I was like, I'm having lunch with this guy I listen to on the radio my whole life. This is so cool. But I remember before that we had an interaction on Twitter, of all places, talking about Twitter being like fun. Twitter was fun when it was the at midnight Comedy Central, like the hashtag wars.
Yeah.
I think we started to do something, you and I, where we went back and forth on adding poop jokes to Iron Maiden songs.
Oh, that was because I stepped in human poop at Iron Maiden.
Yes, you stepped in human shit at an Iron Maiden concert, and I felt the need to tweet to you about this.
Right. So it was like number 2 minutes to midnight, the pooper, the number 2 of the beast.
Number 2 of the beast, absolutely. Yeah.
I don't remember what else, but
die with your shitty boots on.
It all comes back to Maiden, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
All right, well, Kevin Kellam, Kevin walked in the car. I hit record. We haven't caught up at all. I guess this was catching up.
This is wonderful.
The second he walks in the car, perform for me, Kevin.
Dance, monkey.
You're on
dance,
camera.
bald
perform.
Monkey, dance.
Dance, Thanos. With your gauntlet.
Gauntlet, yeah. I've got a ring. You hear that, Internet?